voice actors are really lame in that if you ask them a question about voice acting or cartoons, they'll beat around the bush and not tell you a straight up answer. I wasn't raised to do that, so I'm going to tell you all the real answers.
Yay!
Yeah, so I think I'm doing a panel with Kyle later on today talking about voice acting Q&A. So if you're interested in animation or voice acting in general, we'll have a double dose. But this is primarily about auditioning for animation. So this is exactly what I'm going to do today is exactly what I do, whether I'm auditioning for original animation, cartoons, commercials, or anime.
Sweet.
Or video games. Did I say video games? All of the things. All of the things. This is how you audition for them. So if you have any questions along the way, raise your little hand. And, okay, wait. By show of hands, can you tell me who is interested in voice acting or animation in general? Good. Well, I expect you all to be up here and auditioning.
Okay.
Have you been in one of the panels before?
I was at Anime Fusion last October.
Okay, because you look so familiar. Did you audition last time?
I did audition last time.
You have to audition again this time.
I'll get my best.
And we get a nice, like, audio?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is very
All scenic and whatever.
All right, so I've got 2 PowerPoints here because I'm awesome and I made them myself. So I'm going to share those with you if I can figure out how to do it on this computer. So should I just scan and download it? Sorry, my crap's going to be on the computer. So, I'll just start while you figure this out. Oh, I got it. I think I did it.
Woo!
I'm just going to click it. If your porn pops up here, it's gonna
Oh,
be
shit.
bad. This is not my computer. If it does.
No, what you're gonna get is all my projects from the moment.
All right. Wait, don't look yet. It's a surprise. Slideshow. Yes.
Woo!
Go away, birds. No.
Kitty!
No! What? That was like on have you seen Emperor's New Groove? What's with the chimp and the bug? That's what I was thinking. What's with the girl and the cat? All right, so auditioning for animation. So we're gonna go through this really quick. This is usually a 2-hour panel. They give me an hour to do it. So we're gonna rock it really fast. And if I gloss over something, raise your hand, yell at me, slap me in the head. Doesn't matter. I'll stop for you. Oh, not that fast. Okay. So when I want to go and audition for something, okay, now, when I audition for something, what you need to do is warm-ups. Now, I know that if you're in music class or whatever, they do tell you this, but you should definitely take it serious and warm up your voice. I did an audition for a video game in which I had to scream a lot, did not warm up my voice, blew my voice out, and it wasn't just a few days. I actually had hemorrhages in my vocal cords. Yeah, so they stuck a little tube down my nose, it's really gross. All the way, it's like a camera that goes down to your vocal cords so the doctor can see. And mine were all inflamed and gross, and there were like dragons down there. It was nuts. And I had to go on vocal rest for 6 weeks. So imagine trying to play Happy the Cat or whoever, and you've got deadlines over your shoulder, but you can't talk for 6 weeks. It was awful. So I'm a big fan of warming up your voice. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. These are some ways. Going like this really helps. It loosens up your lips and warms up your voice. Can everybody roll your lips like that? Also, yawning really loosens up these muscles.
I'm good at that.
Especially like if you're doing really high-pitched voices, you have a tendency to tighten right here. So like, hello, I tightened right there, and it sounds like, it's called vocal glotting, and it's like squeezing. If you know how to do high-pitched voices, you tend to squeeze. Well, if you are warmed up, you don't have to squeeze your cords like that, so you're causing less damage. It's like really easy to get up here, and I didn't squeeze my voice, I didn't squeeze my cords at all, so I can do this all day. And it's the difference between being able to do it for 8 to 12 hours and 1 or 2 hours because you've exhausted your cords. Okay? Sound good? Sound good? Anybody have any questions? It's pretty simple. All right, awesome. Moving on. So when you walk in to a studio to audition, there's this thing called the Little White Binder of Amazing. This gives you all the information that you need for any show. So, what is in the Little White Binder of Amazing? I'm glad you asked. So, you'll have the title and a brief description of the show. Any warnings that you need to know about, like, is this porn? We don't do porn at Funimation, but I know some studios do hentai, and I don't do that, so I would like to know beforehand so I can make that choice. Will you have, are there a lot of sexual situations? A lot of panty shots. If you're doing anime, pretty much everything you audition for is going to have that little warning right there, and you have to make that decision. You're going to have character photos, a description of the characters, and then 5 to 10 lines from the show, which you will use to audition. And I'll give you an example in just a minute. So, you're able to read for about 3 characters. So say you're auditioning for Fairy Tail. I hope you know Fairy Tail. Or
of course.
Dragon Ball Z. Insert show here. And you can pick, like I could pick Happy, I could pick Natsu. I shouldn't pick Natsu, but I could pick Natsu, and I could pick Gray. And those are my 3 characters. So, let's see. So a 40-year-old man that sounds like Mr. T probably shouldn't audition for Pikachu because they're trying to voice match that Japanese. Then again, sometimes that can be really funny, especially in American animation. Does anybody know who Jess Harnell is? Oh my goodness. Well, he plays Wacko in Animaniacs. You may hear that.
Oh, I just watched that.
All right, so when they started auditioning for Animaniacs, they didn't know what kind of voice they wanted for Wacko. And on his second, so he did a normal, you know, like, oh, I'm Wacko, da-da-da-da. And then the second pass, he was like, I'll just try something different. I'll give him an accent, a British accent. It turned out that's the character you love today. So sometimes taking a risk like that does pay off. But with anime, they do try to voice match the Japanese, so you need to keep that in mind. All right, so, here's a character. I'm not biased, but here's a character. What can you tell me, if you saw this character in the Little White Binder of Amazing, what could you tell me about him? Like, what visually, if you just saw his picture like this, what kind of voice would you give him?
Something very joyful.
Joyful?
High pitched.
Excited?
Optimistic.
What makes you think that?
Just looks so happy.
The expression on his face.
He's flying, jumping around. Look at his arms. He's all over the place. He's got a big smile on his face. So when I auditioned for Happy, that's what I saw, this picture. So I had to make decisions about him just from this. So then it gives you a little description of him. So these are keywords that hop out at you and help you pick that voice. So small, so you know he probably won't have a big voice. Comedic relief, he's funny. So I don't know why it's doing that, but I have it right here in front of me, so it's all good. Comedic relief, so that means when he delivers his lines, they're gonna be funny. He's a good guy, except he's a jerk sometimes. He's quick-witted and cheeky, so he's kind of edgy, but he is nice. So these are all things that you need to decide as you're looking at the character, deciding what voice. Now Funimation, I'll tell you straight up, kind of lazy. Sometimes they just copy and paste the Wikipedia article right there in the binder for you. So, so don't think that it's like, oh, it's this mystical, like, oh, no, it's not that. All right, so these are the lines that you'll have, and the way you do these lines, that's what you audition with. So, I'm worried. So you know those sounds in anime that you hear every so often that are like, ugh. And you're like, really? You needed a whole take to just say, ugh. Well, those are scripted. So, and they say, open mouth worry, open mouth, O-M. Okay, what about CM? What do you think that stands for?
Close mouth.
Okay, so you're genius. All right, so can I hear your open mouth worry sound? Or, depending on how long the character has his mouth open, that's how long your little reaction's gonna be. So, CM into open mouth laugh. Closed mouth into open mouth laugh. Can you show you that? Or you show me that. What do you think it sounds like? When I put this in here, I don't realize how creepy it is. It's weird. All right. So those are just directions. So you just go through the, Natsu, what are we gonna do? but my really close friends call me MC Kitty Paws. And you just go all the way through. Happy's, what is it? Not slogan, but his catchphrase is I. So as you could see, there's lots of different I's. What they wanted when I auditioned was to hear them in a bunch of different moods. So I, all over the place, as many as I could think of. And then after I do one take of that, the director may say, that was really good, can I hear it a little bit more high pitch? Or that was really good, but you sound like a girl, can you make him sound more boyish? You know, things like that. And then I would go through them again, and that's it. It's done. So what do you think happens if I stumble on my words? So my closest friends call me, and because you know, when you read out loud, sometimes you stumble. What do you think you do? Do you freak out and run out of there crying?
No.
And never return?
No.
No. What do you think you do?
Plow through it.
You what?
Plow through it.
Plow through it. So if you make a mistake, you pause, chill out, and then do that line again. No big deal. The editor, or not the editor, but the sound engineer, when you audition, there's going to be two people there most of the time, a director and then a sound engineer. Sound engineer will take your boo-boo, it's gone. So just like that, it never happens. So nobody freak out if that happens. Funimation does open call auditions right now.
Ooh.
So you can go in and audition for Funimation. And so when you go in and audition for Funimation, this is what you see. This is what you do. So, all right, what about this character? What do you see or notice about him when you see, what kind of assumptions would you make on his voice? Pretend you don't know who he is.
Kind of gravelly.
He's got a heck of an underbite. Yes, that's true. He looks kind of like a villain because he's got the villain colors, but he also looks like he's doing a hoedown. So, what kind of voice would you give him?
Well, something probably his teeth getting away because it shows.
Yeah, he may have a
there.
speech impediment. That's a very good point. Just look at the character's mouth. Is there something weird going on there, you know? That may help you figure out the voice. Let me check our time. Make a good time. So here's Brack's explanation. And it's really funny when you are raised with Brack, like I was. It's really funny to see him like written out like, oh, he's a preteen adolescent. Like, what?
Yeah.
I just remember him being an idiot, but okay. We can really break this down. What about these girls? What do you see when you see them? What do you think? What about the one on the left? What kind of voice do you think she'd have?
High pitched, very girly.
High pitched, really girly, carefree. Why do you think that?
Well, she looks like she's kind of
She looks very
daydreaming
innocent.
almost, like her eyes are wandering off.
Her eyes are
Little
wandering
blue-eyed
off,
blonde
those
girl.
Giant orbs on her face. Is it? What
It
do you
looks
think?
like, hey, look at that over there.
What kind of assumption can you make about her because of her hairstyle? Even something as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, classic pigtails.
Childish. That's something that pretty much describes Bubbles. Childish, right? What about the girl in the middle? What would you assume about her? Really loud.
Determination.
Determination.
She knows what she's doing.
She
knows
knows
where
what
she's
she's
going.
doing. Between the three of them, she's in the middle. So that may say, oh, leadership, okay.
Yep.
She's definitely one I want to audition for because she's the leader. You know, things like that. What about the girl on the right?
Tomboyish.
Anger.
Tomboyish? Why do you think that?
Short hair.
Short hair.
Really
cocky. So that means if she's a fighter, she wants her hair efficient. Hi, guys. She wants her hair choppy, efficient. She's got a frown. Everybody else is smiling, so she obviously takes her job seriously, right? What kind of voice would you give her?
A little more deeper.
rough one.
A little
Deeper,
a little
rough, very, very good.
Aggressive.
Great assumptions that you obviously have never seen these characters before. You're really good at this. Those are your explanations about them. I would read them to you, but we don't have time. All right, auditioning. This is how you audition. You slate your name and the character you're playing. So if you're auditioning for whatever, Lucy, you say, hi, Tia, insert your name here, Tia Ballard or Lucy. And then you just start the lines. That's it. That's all you do. That's all a slate is. Don't forget, your nerves make you speak really, really fast. Remember this, so you remember to slow down, because you don't want to, I'm from Texas, I'm from a small town in Texas, so naturally all my words are like slurred together in one big lump, like with no spaces if you were typing it out. So I've got to remember, calm, breathe, chillax, you're good. Everyone is nervous. The people that have been doing this forever, you know who they are, you know who your favorites are. They get nervous too. Everyone gets nervous. It never leaves you. What you learn to do is to harness that energy and put it into your performance. And the more you audition and the more you put yourself out there, whether you're interviewing for a job in real life or auditioning for a play or a cartoon, you gradually learn how to use that nervous energy the more you do it. Give the character some character. So this is one thing that happens a lot when I'm at anime conventions. People say, man, my mom says I have a really great voice. I should be in cartoons. And I say, okay, give me a voice. And they're like, hey, got a silly voice here. It's like, okay, you got a high-pitched voice, and that voice is great, but acting is the other half of this word, voice acting. So, I got a silly voice, making you laugh because I'm all over the place. You use that voice, bring it up, take risks with it. In your everyday speech, you go up and down and side to side and everywhere with your voice. So remember to, when you're playing a character, that character has been through their own life and their life experiences, so take them to some weird places. It's really kind of embarrassing, but once you get used to putting yourself on the spot like that, you can come up with some brilliant stuff. And I'm sure like when you're with your friends, and you can be really goofy and dumb, right? Well, you learn as you act and put yourself in front of people that you can be goofy and dumb in front of other people, and they like it. And then they give you a microphone and make you talk about it for an hour. So you never know where goofiness will take you. So this is what we've covered so far. You basically know everything.
Woo.
Genius now. Woo! All right. What if I don't get cast? I'm scared. Remember, you don't know why you weren't cast. By making a good impression, the director might keep you in mind for another project or spread the word about you. So when I first started at Funimation and I auditioned for like a main character, I was always really, really nervous. And if I didn't get it, I would kind of be like, they think I suck or whatever. And then the very next show that director comes out with, I'm the lead. So you never know. They know more about the show than you do. They know what they need from the character. It may not be a reflection on you. It just may be what the show needs. Especially with anime, which basically the story's already dictated for them. They've got a voice match, so it's really out of your hands then. All right, does anybody have any questions? You know everything there is to know. What? Oh, he was talking. I was like, what? What if I get cast? I'm scared. First, you should dance because you're awesome. Then, so what they're gonna give you is a contract. And you don't have to sell your soul or your first baby, but it will give you information about how much money you're gonna make, which is something you probably need to know. It also tells you, hey, don't ever talk about this until we talk about it or we will kill you. And that's kind of scary, so you should probably need to know about that. Call your mom, get her opinion. People that you love, read the contract to them. When I got my contract, I was like squealing, whatever, and then I was in my car. Okay, Granny, let me read you every line before I sign this. You know, because you want someone's opinion. Let's see. Don't quit your job. Acting is an ongoing process. It takes years to establish yourself. So when I first worked with Funimation, I got called in maybe once a month, and then it gradually became twice a month. And then it was like every day. But it wasn't a week-long process. I had to meet people. I had to introduce myself to them. I'd show them my chops before I could do that. Now I'm a full-time actor, and the other things that I do are things that I want to do, that not by necessity or money, but because, you know, I can do them because I want to. But it took me a while to get that way. Make friends, do research, learn about the career before you jump in head first, get a feel for it. So, in the next panel with me and Kyle, if you ask us, how do you become a voice actor? I will answer that right now. You become a voice actor by researching on Google all the times that question has been asked, whether you're looking at YouTube, at panels from your favorite voice actors, or just articles or whatever. You take the advice and then you do it. you follow that advice. We give you all the advice in the world, but if you go home and then you get nervous and you get scared and say, it's never gonna happen for me, and then you don't pursue it, it's never gonna happen. If you take the information that you're given that is completely at your disposal, you'll get there. So that's the short answer. Boom. That PowerPoint is done. Now we get to the part where you get to show me that you were listening. We get to audition. So, usually I bring wall scrolls and they wouldn't let me on the plane with them. So I brought Culver's cheese curd. If you want, that is your reward for auditioning. Anime kids, I know you don't eat all the time, so I figured you'd appreciate it. If you want, they're here. Alright, so don't look, it's a surprise. Okay, well that's not a slideshow yet. Gosh, I'm really showing off her stuff. Alright, auditioning for pretend it doesn't say anime. It's supposed to say animation. Alright, so this is what we're auditioning for today. Those of you who have been in this panel before,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I have not changed it because it's my favorite and Sonic's my favorite. So, who here knows who Sonic the Hedgehog is? Raise your hand really high. Okay, pretend you've never heard of Sonic before. Erase everything. We are back in 1991, you guys. Like, this is new, okay? You don't know this character. You just know he's super cool looking. And you want to be part of the show because you're a voice actor. So, and this is the day you're going to audition. All right, so here's a little bit about the project. About a blue hedgehog named Sonic. All right, he's a central character. So let's pretend it doesn't matter what gender he is. Anybody can play him. Boy can play him, girl can play him, whatever. If you want to audition for Sonic, audition for Sonic. This is what the show's about. You kind of know now. Okay, this is this new project. I'm gonna be a millionaire when I get done with it. I better put my heart into auditioning. All right. Here's our character, Sonic. Here's the first character. What can you tell me about him just by looking at him? And if you would, just raise your hand because I really want to hear what you have to say. You in the back.
Hey, seems like a really cool guy.
Seems like a cool guy. Why do you think that?
Well, he's giving you a thumbs up.
That's true. That's true. People who are cool to me usually do give me thumbs up. What else? What else you got? Yes, ma'am.
He looks confident.
Looks confident. How do you know that?
The way he presents himself, his body language.
His body language. Look how relaxed he looks. He kind of looks like a skateboarder, just like whatever. I don't even have to stand up straight. Like that's how cool I am. Yes, ma'am.
He almost seems kind of snarky because he's got a smirk on his face.
Ooh, he does have a smirk on his face. Very, very good. All good answers, all correct answers. Here's the description about Sonic. I don't know why we're playing disco crazy lights with this thing. Please forgive me. All right, so he's a character who is like the wind. Someone's taken the liberty of highlighting all of the essential parts of this paragraph for you. You're welcome. A drifter who lives as he wants, makes like a series of events and adventures. So you know he's the main character, so he's gonna be the hero. But he's also cool. He's easygoing. He's got a short temper, but he's awesome, you know, whatever. He's honest and loyal. So what kind of voice would you give Sonic? What do you think?
Something kind of speedy.
Something kind of what?
Speedy.
Speedy? That's a really good answer. What else?
Bit rough.
Huh?
Bit rough.
A bit rough. He's got a little edge to him. He's cool. Yeah.
He's somewhat laid back, not taking everything too seriously.
Laid back, not taking everything too seriously. That's what's so funny because the answers seem to be conflicting, but they all fit with Sonic and who he is as a character. He's cool, but he's not cool. He's fast, but he's laid back and chill. You know? He's just a little bit of everything, which makes him a great character. So, does anybody want to come up here and audition for Sonic? Oh! Sonic has difficulty escaping her. So, let me just... The fastest thing alive has difficulty escaping her. This is a girl who knows what she wants. I like this. This is a good quality. No,
I've been there.
She's the one that would be on your Facebook, just like totally like all your pictures. All right, who wants to come up here and try for Amy? You better come up here. Yeah. I called you out. Don't you hate that in school? where nobody raises their hand and the teacher's like, well, I'll just pick someone, and then you're the one. I hated that moment. Sorry I did that. But you're really awesome. Now why don't you try out for Amy?
If I had to choose between the world and Sonic, I'd pick Sonic.
Aw.
Fated lovers are always meant to cross paths, silly. Sonic, don't you just love my new outfit? You're in Sonic? I am so sorry. I sense Sonic's presence here. Call it my girlish intuition.
Very good.
Anybody else want to come up here and try for Amy, even if you're a big hairy dude? It doesn't matter. Own it, whatever.
Good.
Yes, come on up. If you look like a bear, I love you anyway.
Always meant to cross paths. So silly.
When it gets to Rouge, I have more men audition for Rouge than any. I don't know why. They're just like, that's I feel it. My body's really weird.
It's all coming together.